Welcome back, people of YouTube. Today I will be reviewing one of my top 10 games of all time, so stick around to find out because this is the 10th anniversary special review for Resident Evil 5. Don't go away.
Lean down to it.
Nice. Or are you gonna fucking... They're gonna open it, right? RPG.
Okay.
What?
Resident Evil. Enough said. A game franchise has spanned over 20 years. That's impressive. What's more impressive is that it's gone through 3 different styles of gameplay. Fixed camera angle, over the shoulder, and even went to first person. All 3 worked in their own different ways. Resident Evil 4 is arguably the most famous of the Resident Evils, and it was extremely good. But to longtime fans, it derailed the franchise, resulting in the conception of Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6. But for Resident Evil 5, take away all the nasty history and other things that people say about the game. Just sit down with a friend, play Resident Evil 5, start to finish, do nothing else, and then tell me, what do you think about the game? Good, bad? Most people say it's a good co-op game. Some people will still say no because they're stubborn, but this is my review, so I'll tell my side. Very bluntly, Resident Evil 5, greatest co-op campaign game of all time. No question, not even a competition. Playing alone, different story. I wouldn't even touch Resident Evil 5 if I never had a friend to play with it, because it is a huge difference, total different game. Let's look into what actually makes the gameplay of Resident Evil 5 tick. This might be a dull or even dumb answer, but it's fun. It's just that simple. It is fun. Yet the characters and story can be enjoyed thoroughly throughout the game. As much as every single day of my life, I pray for a fixed camera angle co-op Resident Evil campaign game online. I like literally zero problems. I have zero problems with over-the-shoulder camera angle Resident Evil games. None whatsoever. But probably the biggest factor I feel that Resident Evil 6 got extremely wrong compared to the fact that 5 got it very right was the actual pacing and, smooth ride of the story. Resident Evil 5 knows exactly when to throw in a cutscene, or when to have lots of enemies to kill in an area or to ambush you. And when the game gives you time to explore, which I believe is a very vital part of the Resident Evil elixir, freely exploring the swamp level or ancient ruins in Resident Evil 5, I mean, that's some of my favorite times in Resident Evil 5 is the swamp and the ancient ruins level. I mean, it flows like melted butter down a hill. Very smooth.
Nice face, Godobin.
Oh fuck, that's how I got hit.
It's because they're getting licked, man. Not even a chance.
I hurt myself. Now I can take out sniper rifle ammo. Oh, nice. Taste it.
We can get the guy behind you.
No!
One last thing to touch on for gameplay, which I particularly like in games, simply put, a variety of enemies. I mean, simple villagers to stun rod enemies, flying bat things, literally Wesker, a spider, a way too big machine gun wielding, infinite bullets, sunglasses provided, Gatling gun defender. I mean, so many different ways combat can work in this game, and it's just so fun, especially when you have a friend there.
There's a lot of them.
That was kind of fun, actually. He drops down to me and dies.
Nice. Oh my god.
Oh my god, save me now.
Here we are, gameplay 100 out of 100, perfect damn score pros, amazing co-op fun, best co-op campaign game of all time, bar none. Great variety of enemies, outstanding story and characters, more on that in overall impact when we get there. Cons, playing solo is really bad. I mean, I've done it once when I first got the game, I believe, and it was really bad. There's really no going around how bad the AI in Sheva is, but 100 out of 100, pretty good. Moving on, next category is presentation. Let's go.
Over here. With an arm. He blocked it by the pole.
I hit it.
Bitch.
Just had to do that.
My ass.
I'm gonna go back to the other one.
So this might be a bit of a short category for presentation because Resident Evil 5 I've played for so long and there's nothing that really sticks out to me in the good or bad category except for really the music. Whether you're on the main menu or in-game fighting a boss or even at the item management menu, it's really a one-of-a-kind for those who have played Resident Evil 5. You know what I'm talking about. Usually in the Resident Evil franchise, the save theme is almost always highlighted as the main, best theme for it. And in Resident Evil 5, it's nothing different. And arguably the best soundtrack in the game is the save theme. Take a listen. That was officially the shortest I've ever done a category, but presentation for Resident Evil 5 is 65 out of 100. Pros, great music, cons, really nothing. I mean, I thought for like 20 minutes, I was thinking, what really sticks out for presentation and pros and cons? Everything's pretty balanced, except for the music, which is great. So, nothing really bad and nothing that really outstanding, but we still have a category left. So let's jump into the last category, overall impact. Let's go.
Bullets don't work on him.
What the fuck is this shit?
We'll hurt him real bad this time. What? I went all the way around on you, Sam.
Think he sees where I am at?
You fucking lizard. Tell me when you're close.
I'm here.
Resident Evil 5 has the reputation, and a bad one at that, as being way too action-packed. And I can agree, it is way more action-packed than it actually is horror. I mean, it's not even close. Resident Evil 5 is not a horror game. It's an action game. It's not even close. But because of that, it's been swept under the rug of great Resident Evil games, which I think is criminal. I mean, Resident Evil 5 isn't the greatest in a bunch of areas, but it still is the best co-op campaign game I've ever played. You can either play through certain chapters or even mercenaries for a few great shots at enemies because the combat is literally so addicting. Insta-kill headshots are just, they are so satisfying in this game. Most co-op campaign games don't tend to have a AAA story. Those are usually reserved for single-player games. And I'm not saying that the absurdity of Resident Evil 5 is AAA, because it isn't. But why I love Resident Evil 5's story and why it has lasted for so long? Well, the strong cast of characters. That was the game that Chris started. That was the game he punched a boulder in the middle of a volcano straight into the lava. Like literally, that is no joke. For those of you who haven't played, that's literally what he did. Wesker is the main villain, who is arguably the best villain Resident Evil has seen of all time. Jill Valentine, my favorite Resident Evil characters in the game. Sheva Alomar, who should literally already have come back in any Resident Evil. Man, if she isn't in Resident Evil 8 or Revelations 3, then I don't know, because she needs to come back. She was so good in Resident Evil 5. She should not be a one-and-done character. She reminds me of Piers as a one-and-done character, but we saw Piers literally die in Resident Evil 6. So, Sheva, you are allowed to come back, because you did not die. But every main character to even all the smaller side villains, the story doesn't run on great storytelling or a well-thought-out plot, but on more pure, potent strength of the characters, and it's really great.
Hey, it's Red Herb. This kid's laser beams actually
Fuck
go through
that.
the wall on my side.
Yeah. He threw a grenade. He threw a fucking flashbang, man.
Fuck's sake. I'm like right out in the middle. Got that guy's head, and I can't back up because my thing needs to come. Who the fuck is
Here we are, 97 out of 100 for overall impact. Pretty good if you ask me, pros. #1 co-op campaign game of all time. Still fresh after 10 years. This is the 10th anniversary of Resident Evil 5. Let that sink in. That's crazy. This game doesn't seem like it was released that long ago, but it's been a full decade. And a very strong cast of characters. There's no denying Jill, Wesker, Chris, Sheva. I mean, it's crazy. Cons, there are none, but overall score for the game is a solid 8.7 out of 10. Pretty good if you ask me. A lot of fans think that it derailed the franchise. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. So that's it. A bit shorter of a review, so it was hard to sum up what really makes Resident Evil 5 tick. Albeit, in the end, there is no denying that Resident Evil 5, as controversial as the game was for the franchise, it was an amazing co-op campaign experience, and it's something that I'll be looking forward to on the 15th and even 20th anniversary of the game. I'm your host, Saber Planet Gaming, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Peace.
Boom!
Oh fuck. Come on. Oh, there's an African climbing up behind you.
Kick his ass!
Some knife in the face and in the gut, so he picks up into it.
Thanks for sticking around till the end. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff if you want. Also, Patreon links in the description if you want to support the channel. 50% of the proceeds go directly to charities for the environment. Really good cause. Support my channel. I'll appreciate it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.